everyone, it's Sean from Our Bronco Life, and it is summertime, the best time to go topless and doorless in your Bronco. Now we are excited today to be installing a brand new product from Hooke Road. It is the tube doors for the 4-door model Bronco. Now first we're going to go unbox them and bring them outside and install them on our Bronco. Okay, now I'm going to open up the hardware box and start installing the brackets on the tube doors. Now personally, I like to open everything just to make sure everything is in its right spot, line it up before I start installing it. Now the front upper door hinges are longer than the rear ones, and the front lower door hinges are shorter than the rear ones. Now you can see the size difference right here. One's shorter than the other to distinguish which hinge goes to the upper one and which one goes to the lower. Same thing for the upper hinges. You'll notice the size differences for these. Now I installed one off camera just to see how it fit, and the brackets fit good. They recommend keeping them loose before the doors are actually on the Bronco before you tighten them up. Now let's go install the rest of them. Here's the rest of the hardware. You got your larger bolts, which will be the attachment bolts, and you bring them out to the vehicle itself, and here's the spacers, so we're going to set those aside. We're going to install the remainder of these brackets on the tube doors. Now you take the black bolts, put a locking washer on, flat washer, and then here's your backing when installing. Now I'm just going to be hand tightening these, and then I'm going to fully tighten them up once they get installed onto the Bronco. Now if you aren't sure which one it goes, even based off the diagram and instructions, you'll notice which one aligns up more flush. Now the lower brackets, you'll notice I have a little peg, and then the upper brackets, as explained in the directions, are a little bit longer lengthwise than the rear doors. All the brackets are installed on the tube doors. Now it's time to put them on the Bronco and test it out. All right, now it's time to install them on our Bronco. The first thing you need to do is remove all your doors on your Bronco. Now to remove the doors, you'll need the Bronco toolkit that is in the glove box, and we highly recommend getting the door bags to protect your doors. First, I'm going to slide on the door bags so that the doors are protected. Once the door's on, then I'm going to use the 13mm socket and remove the bolts from the doors. Once the bolt and the power cord is removed, now it's time to remove the door. Just lift straight up. Zip up your door bags if you have them. If not, get some nice padded blankets and protect these and set them aside. Okay, now that the doors are off, you're going to take the large spacer and put it on the top bracket, then the smaller spacer on the bottom bracket, and you're going to use the large bolt with the lock washer and washer, and for the top one, it's going to go down like this, and then you're going to lock it in place with a bolt. And then the smaller one will just be a downward one. It's going to just screw right into place with the existing threads. So let's put this into place. Once again, everything is still loose. Nothing is fully tightened yet. Then I'm going to shut the door, lock it in place, and then tighten all the bolts up front. Okay, now that I got the front driver's side done, let's do the driver's side rear. Same thing, you're going to want to put the large cap up top, smaller cap on the bottom. And take the longer bolt and place it through the top there. Just hand tighten the bolt for now to keep it in place. And I'm going to close the door, get it locked in its hinge. Then I'm going to tighten up the bolts. Start with the outside bracket and just tighten these up now that they're in position. You can use the same Bronco tool, 13mm that I used to remove the doors, to hold the bolt in place and tighten it up. Okay, now that the driver's side is done, let's remove the doors on the passenger side. Once again, we're going to place the larger spacer on the top hinge and then the smaller spacer on the bottom hinge. And then I'm going to place the doors in position and place the top bolt to the top hinge just as a position holder, and hand tighten that. And then for the bottom bracket, I hand tighten that as well. Once they're hand tightened, I'm going to close the door and then finish tightening up the bolts. All right, everyone, that's it. Tube doors are installed and can't wait to be using these things all summer. Another great product from HookeRoad. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for stopping by our channel.